Okay, Joe.
Questions for Coach Huggins? Let's start with Greg Hunter.
Bob, Tech kept making runs at you guys, but you had an offensive answer and defensive answer seemingly every time. I guess that's just resilience from you all?
Yeah, I got to give our guys credit. We switched defenses a couple times, and they did a great job. They got a great job. They did a better job, actually, defensively of knowing what to do than they did on offense at times. But no, they just, Greg, we have talked extensively about the fact that we had 5 consecutive games against ranked teams. I think that's slipped to 4 now with the Baylor situation. But they're excited about it, I didn't see anybody put their head down. They were really excited about it. You think about the combinations we had out there, and they just, they fought their way through it. Made big shots. JB made a huge 3, and Sean made a huge 3 whenever they were closing the gap late in the game.
Cody Nesper.
Hey, Coach, just with Taz out and Deuce not playing a whole bunch in the first half, just how important was Sean tonight?
We were running out of guys, so he was really important. We've got Senny that is tough to put in because he still's got the language barrier and he's just not ready to play at this level. He will be, but he's not now. So you subtract him and then you subtract Taz from that. We're awful short on the bench. So I think everybody's fine. I thought Jordan played really well. I thought Jordan gave us really good minutes, made some shots for us. I thought he played well, fought it down in the post. Once we got him to try to get around in front in the post, he did a great job. And, it just was it was truly, everybody talks a great team win. And sometimes you look at that and you say, you got to be kidding me. Some of those guys were sucked, but no, we were good. What Gabe did defensively at the end of the game, which he always does, but he single-handedly shut off their penetration. He did a great job. JB did a great job. So I'm as pleased as I can be with how we played.
Charles Montgomery.
Coach, when Derek goes out with 4 fouls, about 15 minutes to go, you had to go to a very smaller lineup with those 5 guys. Is that something you might be looking into more to do, even if Derek doesn't get into foul trouble down the line this season, or is that just because he got the fouls?
I'm just trying to win, man. I'm trying to put the best people we have available out there to do what they can do, and that's what we need them to do. We need them all to guard, but we need them to do what they can do. And I thought our bench was really, really good tonight. So we'll keep putting them out there as long as they produce.
Go ahead, Mike Kazaza.
Hey, Bob, a lot of this season is just kind of unprecedented. But even within the season now, your guys are dealing with stuff they've never seen really before, whether it's, the roster stuff or both your bigs have 4 fouls and you got Emmett playing the 5 and you've had comebacks. I just wonder, how can you explain the way your guys have been able to succeed despite all that stuff in those moments?
Well, I think first and foremost, we've got a great bunch of guys. We got a great bunch of guys who really care about each other and really support each other. And I think that's really supporting. I think that's really important. And I think they're tired of hearing about all the other stuff. Like, this is our team. This is West Virginia's team. They're tired of hearing about. It's seemingly every time you turn on the television, they want to talk about who's not here rather than who's here. And I think after a while that gets on their nerves. So I think there's a lot of things. I think that's been a motivation for them, to show people that, hey, listen, we're pretty good, and in reality is the guy that we really miss, that we really, really wish that we had, is Isaiah. Because Isaiah can make threes, and Isaiah can pass the ball, and Isaiah can handle the ball, And I mean, you add him to our team, we're not as thin as we are right now at the bigs with the bigs, and a guy who can do a lot of things well. So I mean, we're just going to keep on keeping on. And first thing is we're going to get home about 6 o'clock in the morning. If any of you want to stay up and come and meet the bus, that'd be terrific. We'll be pulling in about 6 a.m. Actually, you guys be waking up then. We'll just be getting home. So it's rough, man. I mean, it's rougher than what you guys can imagine. To play that's hard and as well as what they played, and then go out, get on the bus and bus to the airport, and then took us almost 4 hours, to get out here. So
Next is Kevin Kinder.
Coach, a couple weeks ago, you kind of challenged the toughness of your team a little bit. Is this the ultimate test, and could they have met that challenge any better than what they did tonight?
no, I don't think so. I think they were really good. I mean, we started out, we didn't do a very good job. We didn't block out. We gave them too many second shots. We gave them too many points in the paint. But I think as the game wore on, I thought we got better and better and better. And these guys are coachable. You know, I think that's, you know, from a standpoint of a guy who's done this as long as I've done this, I appreciate the fact that they're coachable. I appreciate the fact that they listen and try to do what you tell them to do. And there's not, you know, I mean, we had excuses, you know, everywhere before, and now we don't have excuses. I mean, we got guys that, okay, coach, and they go try to do what it is that we ask them to do.
Couple more for Coach here. Skylar Callahan.
Hey, Bob, last year you guys had a lot of struggles on the road. Is this maybe a different outcome that you would have had a year ago, given the circumstances of Taz being out of the game and Deuce and Derek picking up in foul trouble?
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, we could have played really well, and we could have not played so well. I don't know. I know what we did today. We played really hard. We played well. We made big shots when we had to. We took better care of the ball. And when, you know, we saw how bad their penetration was hurting it, we stopped it.
And go ahead, Nick Kramer.
Hey, Coach. Derek shot 7 of 9 from the free throw line today and 77% since the start of the Florida game. What has he been doing differently, and what kind of an impact has that had on his play?
He's got one of the great instructors in all of basketball helping him. That's kind of that's me. He's worked at it, man. You know, I mean, we got his alignment straightened out. Now what it is, it's, you know, it's neuromuscular integration. And so, you know, you have to do it. You can't just go to sleep and say, hey, I've changed my shot. I know what I got to do now. You've got to work at it. And he's worked at it. You know, he's probably shot more free throws since the Florida game. He's probably shot more free throws than he shot the whole rest of the year put together. But he's taken it a lot more. I don't know, seriously, it's not the right word, but he's realized how important it is to him.
Michael Sussman.
Coach, as someone that's never been afraid to express displeasure with bad calls in college basketball, I just want to know, how impressed were you there by Chris Beard's little conversation with the ref at the end of the game there? And have you ever had a fist bump with an opposing coach in the middle of an argument like that?
Listen, I've got great respect for Chris. I mean, that's all I need to really say. I think I have great respect for him, the job that he's done here, how hard his kids play, how much his kids care about him. And to me, that's what's important.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.